Hi everyone, this is RenderPy. So in this lesson, we're going to go through lesson 4, and that is to start creating our environment. Now, for the environment, it's just a bunch of walls and floors and ceilings, probably a little bit of stair. But the point is that we first need to create one plane, and that plane is going to be our base uh, wall or floor tile, and then we're going to arrange that side by side to generate those areas. And those planes need textures. So what I did before, if we go to and type Sketchfab, Sketchfab was my main source of assets. Um, it's a good website. It used to be a very good one, but in these few last years, it's been jumping around quite a lot. It once was acquired by Epic, then it decided to go now with Kitbash. Now, all of these are very good companies, and I'm hoping that they can make Sketchfab, they can improve Sketchfab and ArtStation. But what I did here was I just said old hotel or some old rooms or anything like that. So you can search for some of the items here and take a look at the license. For example, this one. Um, and if it's free, you can download it. If it's not like this one, you can't download it. I don't think you can download this one. Yeah, but it was a very good one. It would have made a good game with this. But yeah, you get my point. So, but for this lesson, I'm going to create some myself. And I'm going to use AI because I've noticed that whatever you generate through AI is not going to be copyright. Okay. Um, so let's go through that step. Um, Here I've put a folder. I've already generated some of the textures that I need, but I'm just going to go through them and show you how I did it. Um, these are the tools that I've been using. So I'm just going to open this one. Notepad should be good. Okay, fair enough. And you can see I've been using Perplexity. Okay, you can use any AI. I'm going to show you with different AIs the result for different AI. So we've got Gemini, we've got OpenAI, we've got we've got Nano Banana in Google's ecosystem as well, and we've got Perplexity for generating AIs. These are the tools. These are the simple ones that you can use sometimes for free as well. Um, but with Perplexity, you get kind of all of them with one price. So that's why I went through using this one. Unfortunately, I cannot show you because it's not installed on my Hyper-V, but we'll go through the results, and I've put all of them into one folder. So for the lobby downstairs for the Shrek, we had a wall, a kind of a concrete wall that was half painted. It was red at the bottom, it was grey concrete at the top. And you can see I've been generating these through a process. I'm going to go for the first prompt because this is the first prompt I use. Now, I generated this prompt using AI again. So it's something that I put initially in, and I asked it to make it, you know, make it decent, like perfect it, and make it in a way that I want. The things that were important for me very much was that I wanted to I wanted to generate a texture that is seamless, um, and I wanted to specifically give it the size. Like I want it to be 1K texture. Now we know in Unity we can always go and change this or resize our image or tell it to go with the lower resolution because some of the images that I use, I don't use on this size. I want to keep it very light. But just for the sake of this example, I've just put 1K image, and that is 1024 by 1024. And you can see the prompt. This is what I've been using. Now, the outcome of this, I've tried this prompt on many AIs to generate it. So here we are. For example, this one, let's see, this one was generated. So I'm just going to open it with photo for now. Not too bad, not too bad, but sometimes you realize that it's not seamless. This was generated using Google Nano Banana. But Google, when you generate it like this and you don't use the API, it gives you this kind of watermark. Now, this causes quite a lot of problems because you don't want to see this across your game. And I came across this application again on GitHub, was called Gemini watermark tool. So what it does, you run this. I've put the link on that documentation, and let's put it. Oops, yeah, let's minimize this one, and let's go to this one and grab this prompt because this one's the one that it's got these uh, watermarks. Now there's many watermarks in this image. Okay, there are watermarks embedded as image as alpha channel, so you can see this kind of crazy stuff here, and there are watermarks that are inside the data of the file. And even if you manage to remove these, those watermarks are still there, and people can trace that this was generated by AI. So in order to remove most of it, I mean, I just drag this over here, and it was detected some kind of, and then I'm going to just say, yeah, auto detected. It needs to detect this area, and it managed to detect it. I just wanted to remove the watermark. Let's see, yeah, and then process. Yeah, it removed it. It removed it very nicely, and then I can go and save that, which I've already done this. Okay, so this is the removed AI watermark. And as you can see, the watermark is removed. The other thing that I had to do was I generated a pixelated version as well. So you just added a pixelated. I would go through them as well. So I went through the second prompt. Now the second prompt looks a little bit different. Like I give it more instructions to what I want. Some things that I want it to do, some things that I don't want it to do. And then it generated these versions. Okay, so now this one was same prompt, but this one I just gave it to Gemini 3.1. And because I wanted a little bit of pixelated version, it kind of with some stains and some kind of dirt on it, and I want it to be seamless. I went through quite a lot of process. Um, and then this one was generated with GLM 5.2 because when you use Perplexity, you get access to GLM 5.2. And I would show you the difference, and you can see it's a little bit different. Okay. Now you can just comment on the YouTube or on the Discord and let me know which one's better. But we'll try a few of them in the game, and we'll see which one suits best. Because it goes back to our post process in the game as well. We have to take a look with the whole thing together. So I'm going to go through the rest of them so you can compare. So this is GPT 5.6 Terra, and you can see it's got a little bit more details. It is kind of a pixelated, but this is very low quality. This got more details. I didn't ask for these holes. I did ask for cracks, but it seems that it's got quite a lot of holes. It seems that someone's been shooting at the wall. Anyways, we're going to do another test later on. You will see this is Grok. It didn't do quite a good job, but hey, it's Grok. So 4.5. I was expecting a little bit better from this, but maybe my prompt is not just fit for this AI. and Kimi K 2.6. Uh, nice, I like it. It made more details, but too much. Okay, maybe my game doesn't need that much detail. And then the last one, which was Nemotron 3 Ultra. Okay, and this was the result. Very much detailed, smaller holes that did no more look like bullet holes, but still quite a lot of them, and some scratches here as well. This one has no scratches. But anyways, we can test. It comes back to what you might prefer, and people might pick different things. So the other thing that I did, which is important, after you generate them, you give the prompt and it generates the image, and you save it, and then you remove the watermark or whatever, is to make sure that these are seamless. Okay, so I installed this Affinity tool. It's not very difficult to install it. Just press next, next. I'm not going to go through it because I've gone through quite a lot of installations and I don't want to waste video time with installing apps. I'm sure that by now you know how to install them on your Windows and Mac. So just opening it, it's a free tool. And then just creating a new canvas. So file, new. Now I'm going to create a 1K. So let's go with 1K, see if we've got 1K. Web, why can't I find anything? Yeah, so it seems that studio canvas, maybe we have to just create it by ourselves. So let's create one for ourselves. So changing that to pixels because we're going for games. Pixels. DPI is too much, so usually we go with 72 or 96, but this should be fine. And then I'm going to go 1024. Yeah, that's good. The rest should be fine. I'm not going to transparent background. Yes, I want a transparent background. Margins, no. Bleed, no. No. Save to my presets. I'm just going to say 1K. Unity, something like that, so I can remember. Okay, where is it? Here we go. We don't need to go through all this again next time. Create document. Okay, then what I would do usually is to bring one of the images in here. So let's go with the first one and grab that one in here. It's big. The reason for that is probably the resolution for this is 2K. As you can see, if I hover it, you would realize that this is 2K, not 1K. As I've already mentioned that I want a 1K image, but Gemini just decided to go with 2K. See, that's how it listens to you. So who cares? So I'm just going to make it 1K. So just putting it here like that, using the snap. I'm just making sure that this is 1K. Fair enough, I guess. Yeah, and then I'm going to move this across to here and use the snap to put it like in the screen like this. And then Control C, Control V, paste another one, drag that one and move it to the side. And then I'm going to click away, start looking at this and see if this is seamless, because I don't want to see any kind of trim or cuts or anything like that. Now, sometimes you might see this line. Ignore this one. This is just a line for this application, but if you click away or click somewhere else, it should go away. And this is not too bad. Okay, it's not too bad. So we do the same with the rest of the stuff. I've got the lobby. I needed something for the floor, and then I wanted a kind of a tile based for the floor. And again, I went with many prompts. I'm going to leave these prompts for you guys so you can generate it by yourself. So I'm not going to go through all of them or share all of them on this video, but I'm going to put all of them on my Patreon. It's free. I'm just going to put them for free. So don't worry, just join for free and you can grab them. So let's take a look at them. So the first, let's say, initial version, which I didn't like. It just didn't fit the wall. And then I went with this another AI. This was much better. I think this fits the style and the color and the vibe. I mean, you have to give it tries and do different things. All I did is just the same prompt. I promise this is all the same prompt, as you can see, but they just were generated with different AI. Now these ones, which says prompt 2, yeah, these are different because you can see they're much larger than this one, and prompt 2 looks like this. Again, if we take a look at these, you would realize that this is like the size is 1254, so it's not 1K. Not sure why it doesn't listen to your size and resolution. This one is 2K. But as far as it's square and it's seamless, I can always come and convert them to the size that I want. And then I have prompt 3, and I think for prompt 3, we were trying to generate a concrete version. Okay, a concrete version. And let's see what we have. We've got something like this. Now, I wanted to have a concrete version as well to just give it a try, see how it works. Okay, we might use this for the ceiling as well. I'm not sure. We're just generating some images. I'm going to share all the images with you and prompts as well. So now back to the wallpaper. This one was one of the most difficult ones because I couldn't get it very seamless. It was always getting mixed up and messed up, and especially when you add some prompts. Like for example, you can see this one was very simple version of it. I did not tweak it with any AI, but then I asked it to improve it. I'm just going to close all of this, and then I improved it a little bit. And then you can see that the generated image was something like this, but this is not seamless. The sides are a little bit darker. If you put this besides each other, you would realize it's not seamless. Now let's take a look at what I mean by seamless. So I'm going to bring this guy back, this one in. Okay. Again, first we're going to make sure that we resize it to 1K. And then I'm just going to get rid of these two. We don't need it anymore. Move this one to here. And then copy it, move it to here. Move it to here. Control C, Control V, and move it to here. And if I zoom in, you would realize that you would. Oh my God, why am I not able to move this yet? You would realize that you would see this dark section and some of the seams that are visible here, which is bad, this part. Now, you would also realize that this is like pixelated here, but as we go down here, it gets a little bit different from what we have here. Okay. And it's not what I want. Okay, see that down here the image has changed, so it started like pixelated, but when we go down here it changed a little bit, like it's much smoother. And when you put these side by side, top to down, you would understand that this is not really the same as this guy. Okay, so so this was the problem. This was what AI was making headache for me. Now, I went through quite a lot of time, spent hours and hours trying to tweak the prompt, and I've put all the journey in here, like prompt 3, prompt 4, prompt 5, and I came down with this one to try different AIs. And I'm going to pick one of these that I think that's got more dirt and it's seamless and it's not that bad. Okay, so we're just going to go with one of these, which we're going to try them one by one in the unit itself. Yeah, so, and we don't want it to be very massive or very big as well. We want it to be decent size. So like this one's got too many details. This one's very small pattern, and we have to, we have to decide to go with massive walls on these ones. And I don't want to do that because the bigger that we go, the larger, the more texture we're going to spend for the light mapping later on, you would see. And we don't want to do that. And it's difficult to manage the wall pieces as well. So we want to go with 3 meters by 3 meters in Unity or Blender, one piece of wall 3 meters by 3 meters. So maybe this should be good or this should be good. Okay, this is just my opinion, but you're free to use any of them. And now we're going to go with the last one, which is the wooden floor. And as you can see, the generated result in the beginning was not very good. Less randomness. All woods are aligned, probably not seamless. This is not seamless. And then kind of a stylized version, but very heavily stylized. Again, does not fit what our environment should look like. And we went through, say, the second prompt, which made a little bit of better result. This should fit the Shrek. If it didn't, we can just grab any texture, free texture from the web. I don't know. I'm just trying to go with some AI generated stuff this time, just to avoid any copyright stuff. Make it recordable. Sorry for that. Yeah. So I thought I could show you at least using one of these prompts. So let's bring this Gemini Google. You can log in with your Google account, and I went with this is a free account. Okay, so we're not expecting it even to work, but maybe it gives me some few free attempts to try. And I'm going to open this second prompt, grab it, okay, copy it, and just paste it here. See if I can get some images. Let's go to this, try it. Yeah, so I've got these images here, and then I'm going to paste this one. Flash is probably free, and Pro probably needs Pro, which I don't have on this account. And then I'm going to press this button and see if it can generate some images for me. So it takes a little bit of time, sometimes minutes, maybe sometimes up to 5 minutes, because we're using the free plan. Oh, here we go, much faster. And it generated something for me. Now again, you might need to grab this, bring it to the Affinity, and try to see if this is actually seamless. And you want to probably remove the watermark as well. But this is just an example of how I did it. Just copy paste that and place it here, and that should be it. And then you press the download full size, and it starts downloading it for you in PNG format. That's it. That's how I did it.